start implementing some of these strategies and tools in your life, and you'll really start to see an incredible difference in a short period of time. Because what we're going to start teaching you and sharing from our hearts is strategies that they don't take a huge amount of effort, but when you combine them all collectively together and make it consistent and you make it a part of your everyday life, the transformation in your life is going to be quite profound. So get excited. We recommend each of you get pen and paper, take notes as we're going through the calls. Just to let you know as well, there are quite a few people, because we've got people registered from all over the world. There's a number of different time zones. So quite a few people will be watching the replay. So what we're going to do is record this, and then we're going to send out an email within the next hour or two with a link. So if you can't catch the full call, then you can always jump on later and watch the replay. Yes, very well put, brother. And additionally, if you guys have any questions as we're navigating this, there is a chat. So I'm on iOS, and I'm not sure how it is on Android, but you can click on participants, and then there'll be a chat icon that you can click on. And if you have any questions, just feel free to pop them in there. We'll do our best to get through to them at the end of the call, so that way we can answer everyone's questions. Awesome. So I see Tanya's on. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Jesse. Right, Manuel, Veronica. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Lisa. Hi. All right, awesome. We might give it one more minute and then we'll get stuck into it. So thanks for your patience, guys. We'll just, people are busy at the moment. Occasionally people jump on a few minutes late. So give it one more minute and then we'll get started. Perfect. And I see Jared joined us as well. What's up, brother? Hey, brother. This is interesting because usually we're watching you on these Zoom calls. It's a bit different being on Zoom as well, because usually we're on Facebook Live. It's just got a different feel about it. So it's cool doing a Zoom call. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying this too. I feel it's like a little bit more private, and those that actually want to be here are going to show up, obviously. And so we're just going to be able to deliver so much more value in this process as a result. Yeah, totally. All right, guys, we might get straight into it. So during the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to be covering some really powerful topics to do with the mind and how it operates. And we're also going to give you some tools that you can start using straight away to start reprogramming your mind and start creating what it is that you want in your life. So at the end of this call as well, we're going to do a 10-minute, really super powerful activation that our brother Jared, who just jumped on the Zoom call as well, Jared created this activation, and that goes for 10 minutes. And I remember when I did this activation last year as part of the Become program, I was literally laying there and I had a full body activation. Like I had goosebumps from head to toe. My whole body was like vibrating. I was like, holy shit. Like it took me a whole new level of consciousness. It was amazing. So we've got that for you at the end of the call. So make sure you hang around for that as well. So to get the ball rolling, I'm going to talk about the first little topic that we're doing, which is programming. So I know a lot of you may have heard these concepts around programming, but we're really going to dive a little bit deeper, because I'm sure that many of you would have experienced the feeling of really wanting to create change in your life, whether it's attracting more money or better relationships or a better job or a better health, and really wanting it on a conscious level and really fighting hard to make it happen in your reality. But maybe you've found like you've been belting your head against a bit of a brick wall and feeling like no matter how much you want to improve and how much you want to change in certain areas of your life, that there's a bit of a block and there's something that's sort of preventing you from really realizing those changes. And you may have watched The Secret, read about the law of attraction. You may have read countless books, watched movies, but still it's not really giving you those lasting changes. And one of the main reasons for this is programming. So we have our subconscious mind and our conscious mind, and our subconscious mind makes up about 95% of the power of our human vessel, basically. And our conscious mind is only 5%. So our subconscious mind, the best way to look at it is programs that have been installed from a really young age, like between the ages of 0 to 7, our subconscious mind is developed, and we basically download a lot of programs from our environment, our parents, our role models, our teachers. All of these programs are downloaded. So we have a program for everything that we do. whether it's walking, talking, using our muscles, picking up a glass of water, anything that we do, there's a program for it. And this is programmed and hardwired into our brains. Now, during that 0 to 7 period, we could experience trauma. We could be downloading some programs from our parents that maybe are not serving us in terms of money, relationships, finances, whatever the area might be. And these programs continue to run our lives as we are in our later years. So even though consciously we can want to create something, our default program is this subconscious patterning and programming, which may be programmed for something completely opposite to what you want to achieve in your life. So the way we start generating better results and start to transform our lives is by really starting to learn some tools and strategies to reprogram the subconscious mind. And a lot of it is to do with our thought patterns, because we have about 60,000 thoughts every single day, and 99% of those are the same thoughts. And thoughts lead to feelings, which lead to actions, which lead to results. And a lot of these thoughts are on autopilot. So we're going to cover a few strategies in this call about how you can start reprogramming and changing these most dominant thoughts, which then lead to different feelings and emotions, which then lead to different actions, and then which then lead to different results. Now, there's a quick summary. Obviously, we could talk about this for a long time, but hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into what we're planning to do over the next 3 days, is to start to reprogram the subconscious mind and give you tools to start creating a new reality.
Yes, very well put, brother. And I'm just going to go ahead and shift gears here. What we're going to be diving into next is what's called projection and also triggers. And just to forewarn you, discussing triggers can be a little triggering because what tends to happen is if we're not taught how to properly be with our emotions and what is within us, over time, this can build up as like literal energy inside us. And sometimes like the smallest event can come along and like literally trigger this emotion to come to the surface. Now, what tends to happen is, again, if we're not used to dealing with our emotions, if we don't like to be with our emotions, we will actually project this onto other people. So instead of like being with what's internally, we can have this sense of like, oh, well, this person is like doing this, this, and this. And it kind of stems from a place of judgment. And so it's important to realize that like all judgment is really self-judgment. And additionally, like with any of this like suppressed energy, it's very important to be with it, to feel through it and allow it to surface naturally. Because again, we are human beings having this human experience. Emotions are a natural part of this experience. And I really feel it's powerful to have like just a sense of radical compassion and forgiveness as these triggers and everything are coming up. And additionally, like if you notice that you're projecting anything onto anyone else, like take a step back and like really check in with yourself and ask like, is this something that is within me that like I am seeing in other people? Because we're all like a reflection of each other.
Awesome. I love that, brother. And just one quick little add-on to what you just mentioned there. A really powerful exercise that I did a few years ago was writing down a list of all the people that I felt really triggered by. Like, I'd put down Bob because he's so angry, or Susie because she's so judgmental. I just made a list of these people. And then I asked a powerful question. And the question was, this was in a course that I did. The question is, are there times in my life that I refuse to accept these same attributes in myself? And then I was like, yep, angry, yep, judgmental, yep. And then it gave me a new perspective on it, because I could see that I was projecting onto all these people the parts that I disown in myself. So it's a really cool exercise. Just go really deep and write down the list of people on one side and the attributes that you don't like or trigger you, and then just really reflect on it. And where does that show up in your own life? All right, so moving on to the next point is visualization. So previously I talked about our subconscious mind and how often we get into this patterning, which everything is automatic. So we operate day to day with the same thoughts, same feelings, same beliefs, and we create the same results. And it's very hard to get out of that pattern, because we create these neural connections in our brains, and it's hardwired for the same things every single day. And it's really challenging to shift that. A really powerful tool is visualization. And you've probably all heard about it, but how many of us have actually consistently done visualization over a long period of time to reprogram our minds? With visualization, basically what you're doing is imagining yourself in a future reality, creating the life that you want. So it might be in terms of relationships, money, health, whatever it is that you want to create. Now you put yourself into it, but it needs to feel real, as if it's in the present moment. So you need to feel the colors, the sounds. Where are you? What environment are you in? What people are surrounding you? How do you feel? How do you hold yourself in that moment? How do you feel creating that reality, and feel it as if it's already happening? Because with our minds don't know the difference between what's really happening in reality and what's imagined. So if we can visualize something so vividly, and we get better and better at it the more we practice, then what this does, it creates new neural pathways in the brain, and will actually start manifesting a brand new reality. So you need to do this consistently over a period of time, to the point where you're visualizing it and you actually know with every fiber of your being that this new reality is going to manifest. And you'll know when you start to really believe that, because you'll get goosebumps from head to toe. You'll really be in the moment, and you'll feel, wow, this is going to happen. And then that will then create new thoughts, which lead to new emotions, which lead to new actions, which lead to new results. So it needs to be a consistent process that you do over and over again. And it's really powerful to do this visualization process with some really inspiring music that really elevates your mood and your emotion, because it's all about getting the feeling and the emotion combined with those visual images in your mind.
Yes, very well put, brother. And Emmanuel asked a comment if this is similar to the law of attraction. And I would say yes, because again, as Brad mentioned, you're putting yourself into a different scenario. And if you're really embodying the energy, what's happening is at a cellular level, you are shifting the energy, the frequency that your cells are emitting to the universe around you. Now, quantum physics actually shows that down to a molecular level, the world around us actually shifts to what we emit out. So we're kind of like these transmitters and receivers. What we're taking in and what we're putting out, the universe is going to entirely shift to meet.
Totally.
Beautiful. All right. And this brings us into our next topic, which is going to be belief systems. Now, as Brad has very well illustrated, during the ages of 0 to 7, we are in the imprinting stage, meaning we're operating solely from our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind. So we kind of are like a sponge. We just soak up the world. And honestly, like if you have experiences in your life where, let's say you were told not to do something, you might make that something that is wrong with you, and you may not feel worthy, or you may not feel that you can express yourself or express your emotions. Or if you had a hard upbringing, you might believe that life is hard. You might believe that money's hard to come by. Now, what happens as we start to get beyond this 0 to 7 age, our conscious mind and our unconscious mind begin to merge, and we actually start to take on everything that happened in that stage. So meaning as we get into our adult life, we are literally like experiencing these beliefs that are at that underlying level, the subconscious, which determines 90% of our thoughts and our actions. So what's really interesting about belief systems as well is that like we will seek validation for what we believe. So if we feel like we don't have enough money, if we feel like we're not good enough, and an experience comes through our life, because again, we are conscious creators, the universe is a reflection of us, it's going to give us what we believe we are. Ultimately, we're going to be just experiencing what we believe to be true. And when that happens, we're going to be like, oh, see, like I knew I didn't have enough money. I knew I wasn't good enough. And this like further imprints this into our unconscious mind, these subconscious beliefs. And as Brad has also very well illustrated, your beliefs like create your thoughts will lead to your actions, and your actions create your reality. So it's really powerful, especially what we're going to be introducing at the very end of this call is just a practice that will help you shift these subconscious beliefs. instead of like trying to go out externally and to change things in your reality, to change circumstances, you'll actually have the ability to go within internally to the subconscious mind and shift the beliefs there, because that is where the real change happens. If you have a belief that I am not good enough and you try to launch a business, you are building it on the foundation of that belief. And it literally is going to just, you know, you might have some success for a while, but eventually you're going to self-sabotage and it's all going to come crashing down. So it's very important to identify what beliefs you have at that subconscious level that are projecting into your reality at this time.
I love that, Kevin. And a great way to look at your current belief systems is to look at your current results. So consciously, you may have a belief that I am abundant, I attract money, I attract everything that I need. But look at your current results to see if that is actually just a conscious belief, or it's a subconscious belief. Because if the facts are that you're struggling from paycheck to paycheck and you're not making enough money to make ends meet, then the belief that is operating at a subconscious level is not congruent with your conscious belief. So that's why some of the tools we're sharing today can help you to make a shift. So your conscious belief is aligned with your subconscious, and basically your reality will be created from your subconscious belief systems. So yeah, just write down all the areas of your life, write down what you're currently experiencing, and then have a think about, okay, what belief must I have at a deep subconscious level in order to create this current reality that I'm experiencing right now? And it's, yeah, really powerful exercise. All right, so I'll move straight into the next point, which is another really powerful tool to start reprogramming our subconscious mind, which is called scripting. So with scripting, basically it's similar to visualization, but this time what you're doing is you're writing out your ideal life, the life that you want to create, the life of your dreams in every key area of your life. You're writing it down with really specific detail, including every single aspect of that life that you want to create. So if it's a brand new house that you want to create, you'll write down exactly how it's going to look, how many rooms you're going to have, what the kitchen is going to be like. Are you going to have an outdoor alfresco area? What's going to be there? You're going to have a barbecue. You're going to have an outdoor setting. Write down every single detail that you want. If it's going to be to do with your health, how are you going to look? How are you going to feel? You're going to have so much energy. You're going to be running around with the kids. Write down every detail of your health. You're going to be eating healthy food. And then go through relationships and work through all the key areas of your life and just get really clear on what it is that you want to create. And I recommend actually writing with a pen. I find is much more powerful than typing on a computer. I just find there's a better energy connection and it works deeper with our subconscious. And then once you write out all of these scripts, to take it to another level, even more powerful, is to actually record these scripts in audio. So you record it on your phone or your computer, add some inspirational music as a backing to your voice, and then you're going to listen to these scripts in your own voice with this music which heightens your emotion. You're going to do that every single day so that it actually starts rewiring your brain, and it puts you into that state of visualizing, which you can combine with what I talked about earlier. So you're hearing your voice, you're visualizing at the same time, you've got this music which increases and heightens your emotion. And over a period of time, it may take weeks, it may take months. You've got to be consistent with this, but over time, you'll create new neural pathways in your brain and you'll start reprogramming your subconscious to then start creating a new reality. So scripting is really, really powerful, and get as much detail in there as possible. And this is something that can change as well. You don't need to feel like, oh, I've written a script, I can't change it. This will be constantly evolving and changing as you step up in the world and as you create bigger beliefs and bigger life purpose. So keep modifying your scripts, and then keep growing as you evolve.
Beautiful, brother. That's a process I'm actually not as familiar with, so I definitely appreciate the very expansive insight that you just provided there.
Awesome.
And finally, are coming into our last topic, and this is also going to be something to support you in reprogramming the subconscious mind. This is going to be hypnosis. Now, I feel like can be like a little bit of skepticism around hypnosis and its effectiveness. And I'm not talking about like the hypnosis where someone dangles something in front of you and has you run on stage and do a bunch of crazy stuff. We're talking about like hypnotherapy, to be specific. And this is going to be correlating back to everything we've discussed here. Reprogramming the subconscious mind. Basically how Brad just mentioned with scripting, there is actual like another form where you will put in headphones that'll have specific frequencies to put you in a deeper brainwave state where you're more open and receptive to what is coming through. Now, usually there's very intentional messages with these hypnotherapies, such as listening to a hypnotherapy to embody optimal health and to stop eating sugar, or listening to a hypnotherapy to increase financial abundance in your life, or even increasing like the level of self-love that you have for yourself and others. And again, what's really powerful is like your mind's in this open and receptive state. And if you put enough belief and certainty into hypnotherapy, it'll actually begin to reprogram these subconscious patterns, create new neural pathways that are firing into your life. And by, again, law of cause and effect, what we're putting out is what we're receiving. And our subconscious mind is like the dominant aspect of this. I saw that Emmanuel had asked another question about our conscious mind, and is if what we're putting out consciously, if the universe is responding to us. And to that, I would say yes, but 90% or more at least is coming from the subconscious mind. Because if we're consciously telling ourselves that we are worthy, but we have a deeply rooted experience in our subconscious mind that told us we aren't, we're like literally putting out 10% to the 90% that is projecting out into the universe.
I love it. Very well said, Kevin. All right, so that sums up the main topics we want to do, but this leads straight into this really powerful 10-minute activation that we're going to do now. So I'll hand it over to you, Kevin, and get started with it.
Absolutely. And real quick, if anyone has a question before we move into this, because this will be the concluding aspect of this call, go ahead and drop them in real quickly. We'll just give you like 30 seconds or so, and then we'll go ahead and play the hypnosis.
Yeah, and if anyone has any further questions or anything, we can also get back to you, because we'll see all these questions after we finish the Zoom call. We will be sending out the recording as well, as we mentioned. And yeah, if you see any questions there that need a little bit more in-depth answers, we'll get back to all of you after we finish the call.
Let's see, Eman has one real quick. Are there any of your partners in this podcast that have a heavy background in science? Natural sciences. I would say, yeah. Her name's slipping my mind, Brad, but what's the woman that was brought in the first week of a com for like health and nutrition? She's someone that comes to mind that's very...
Oh, yeah. Dr. Katie. Yeah, she's got a very extensive background in all sorts of areas, but health and mindset and how they integrate together. And yeah, she's incredible. Another, if you like the science sort of background or the science angle to it, I definitely recommend checking out Dr. Joe Dispenza as well. He's been one of my greatest mentors. A lot of what we've covered in this call has been learnt from his teachings, and he combines an amazing balance of like quantum physics and and science and background with a lot of belief systems and how subconscious works, and bring it all together to a really powerful combination where you can really start combining the two approaches to really start creating amazing results. So yeah, check out him. But yeah, we better get into this activation, because I know time is sort of getting away from us. But if anyone has any other questions, drop them in and we'll get back to you individually after the call.
Perfect, brother. All right. And before we do this, I just invite everyone to take 3 deep breaths with Brad and I right here, right now. Just inhaling through the nose, holding at the top, and exhaling fully. Another deep breath in and exhale. And the last breath, breathing in and letting it all go. allow yourself to gently close your eyes and just embody a state of openness, receptivity, and we will conduct this activation.
Welcome to this activation. We are here to unlock your potential. Your life will never be the same again. Allow yourself to fully surrender. The power of this transmission will vibrate through your cells. It's time to step up. It's time to lean into everything you said you wanted to be. It's time to step into your dream. It's time to own your truth. Your life from this moment forward is going to expand. It's going to evolve. You embody greatness. It's part of your DNA. Today we awaken your latent potential. Step forth. Own your gifts. Share the wisdom that is deep within you. Let the world feel how serious you are. Every breath you take, every step you make, every word you speak is bathed in conviction. Your purpose is now activated. You are worthy. You are a warrior. Stronger than you believe you are. It's time. From this day forward, you stand up. From this day forward, you own yourself. From this day forward, you speak your truth. From this day forward, you never settle. Greatness is who you are. The world is ready to witness you. Allow yourselves to drink this vibration in. Your God self knows this is the truth. It's time to activate the God within you. As you step forward, an embodied leader, your heart is activated. The key to your power is your heart. Let the world feel your love. Allow it to fully open. Allow yourself to fully express yourself. It is time. You are worthy. You are powerful beyond measure. This is war, and you are a warrior. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. You are ready. Open your eyes. It's time to take action.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. Full body goosebumps.
Every single time.
Yeah. For everyone on the call, what we will do as well, when we send out an email with a link to this recording, we'll also send a link to that audio, because I know it wasn't 100% clear going through Zoom. We'll send out the original audio, and that way you can put your headphones on and really, yeah, it's like super clear. So we'll do that for you as well.
Perfect. Goosebumps.
Cool.
Sweet Emily. Glad you guys still receive that transmission. It is twice as powerful when you have the headphones in, because it has like the binaural beats and everything behind it. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah.
And we thank you all for being here. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's been amazing, guys. There's still 16 of you could see it live, which is amazing. We had around 50 people register and a lot of people waiting for the replay as well. So we really appreciate you jumping online. And it's time is very valuable, and you've taken time out of your day, which just shows you're the type of person that is ready to step up and stand up and start really creating your reality. So we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this and to put yourself first, because you are all worthy. You all deserve to achieve everything that you want in your life. Life is an amazing game, and we create the rules. And we're just sharing some small tips here to give you a toolkit so that you can then navigate life and really create exactly what you want to achieve and really step up and start playing a much bigger game. And what we're all about here as part of this tribe is learning the tools, obviously creating the life that we want, but also a massive part of what drives us is paying it forward. And that amazing ripple effect that is being created right now, but from Jared and Abby and the Limitless Love and Leadership group to the Become program to the retreats, we are building a tribe of like-minded people here that are committed to creating massive change on this planet. And that is what we all came here to do. So let's go, guys. Let's keep connecting and keep building and growing and keep leaning in and getting out of our comfort zones, because that is where the true magic happens. So thank you everyone for listening to us, and we'll be on the same time tomorrow for day 2, where we talk about the body and health. And that is one of my biggest passions. I know Kevin is for you as well. So we're super excited to jump on again and just keep adding as much value as we can.
Yes, absolutely, brother. And one thing I feel called to leave you guys with is just remember that it's one thing to take this information in mentally, but it's another thing to apply it into your life. So everything that we covered today, if you weren't able to get it all down as we were talking, remember the replay is going to be available. Actually sit with the information, apply it into your life, because that's where you will start to see these shifts and the results that you desire. And additionally, the activation that we just listened to, I highly encourage you to listen to it at least once a day over the next 30 days and really allow yourself to embody that sense of worthiness and power and divinity, because that's what you are. Beyond all the programs, beyond the beliefs, beyond the filters, you are a pure divine soul that is having this human experience that gets to create your reality. And it's time that you take your power back, and it's time that you feel worthy and loved, because you are worthy and you are loved.
Awesome. Well said, brother. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep. And see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace, guys. Bye.